Guys, welcome back to another game. This is for the game 2 of the NASIC championship, sorry, game 3 against Duncan. And yeah, let's get into it. So we start off. I usually like this scout and sergeant opening because he can be quite aggressive with front row pieces, usually majors or even sometimes colonels. So I decided to go with this. We find a captain. We trade scouts. He scouts my captain. We find his front row major. And then I decided to sack this captain because I expected a captain here. Sack the sergeant, so I come in with my major. And I do take the risk and say this isn't a piece. This isn't a good piece. He scouts my bomb over here. We defend my sergeant with the colonel. And then I just decided to take this piece. Yeah, I like to play aggressive and I don't mind giving up this major. So we find a lieutenant and that's all I really wanted. So then he comes out with this piece, coming with a scout, and I'm suspecting that he probably has a colonel here, and this probably isn't a good piece anyway, so I decided to take this. It's just a scout. We find a sergeant. Yeah, and so now he takes this sergeant, and this is really annoying because I have to reveal my colonel, and there's no point in just trying to move the colonel away because I might at least like get something, and I'll be up a lieutenant and a two lieutenants and a captain for two sergeants, even though he might know my colonel. Usually I didn't expect this because this looks like an obvious captain or major. But I'm surprised he hit with the lieutenant. But whatever, we take. He defends the sergeant, and then we find this captain, which is unlucky hit. It's fine. And now we come in with the general. I thought he might have like a colonel in the front or something like that, but we just find a minor, so that was pretty annoying. So now we come out with the scout. Let's see. I want to scout this piece if he lets me, and he does let me. So I'm really surprised. So I thought it wasn't anything good, but apparently it's the marshal. So now I can't charge in because he gets into the center by time. So I try to go through the flank. So now he's trying to get his marshal to the side so he can defend. And I see the sergeant is unprotected because the major moved away. So I'm willing to take and we find a colonel, so I don't mind that at all. Because we're still up a lieutenant for a sergeant, and we're also up a minor, and we have a lot of info. And he only knows my major, general, and colonel, and we know his marshal, colonel, and major. So it's about the same, but we do have the marshal advantage, so he'll be forced a little more on the defensive side. So this he comes in with this piece. I'm pretty sure it's just a scout, but I'm not willing to take the risk. There's no need to. Um, so now I'm just trying to get my pieces into position. Now we come out with the spy so his major doesn't get too unprotected. Move back here. And then we decide to scout this piece because if it's a bad piece, I'll just come in with my colonel and then trap it with my captain colonel combo. But it's just a scout, so I don't mind that. So now we know these two pieces, and it's going to be really important in the future to try and get my general or colonel and really put pressure on the side because these are two pieces that if I get, I'm pretty much winning. So I try to flank my general around. I don't know why he moved this piece. This was not smart because I just take the piece for free. I considered going here and trying to get my general in. If I go here, he goes here. I go here, he goes here, and he just cuts me off. So I might as well just take the free piece. I didn't expect anything good, but it was a scout, so it is. It's not. I'll take it. So then he moves his marshal in. I'm scared he might hit this. He might come in with the colonel and hit this major. So that's what I'm worried about right now. So he comes with his colonel. I move his lieutenant up like it's a marshal. It's an obvious marshal position. He moves in with his marshal now. So now I'm kind of forced to like, if I move down, he'll come in with his colonel and take, and I don't, and it's not this major isn't defended by the marshal, so I can't let him do that. So I'm forced to give up this piece because I don't really want him to take that major because then I'm really down. So then we trade. And now time is of the essence here. I didn't move this major because I'm gonna get one of these pieces, maybe both. So I move my general around. So now I take this major, which is really good, and then now I take this known captain. So now he's coming in with this piece. It looks like a colonel, probably a colonel, maybe a general. Um, so then I just trade because he's gonna hit this anyway. So I just thought I just hit, and it's just a trade. So I'm already expecting this to be a colonel or a general, and it is indeed the general. So now I decided to use this last one of my last scouts to see if we can just get pick up a piece, and it's a sergeant. Right now anything is helpful. We're up a captain. We're up a captain, and we're up a minor for a sergeant, and we're also up a scout. So getting back the sergeant advantage would also be even better. So now it's just really a bunch of kind of like shuffling. I come in and take this, and the idea is he wants to try and trap this colonel with his general and marshal combo, and I'm never gonna let him do that. So we just shuffle for a bit. See, now he's trying to swing his general around the side, and then now I'm just trying to shuffle and see what my idea is. So now I move this piece now, so I want to try and use my marshal and colonel to try and take that piece because there's nothing. It's hard for him to really do any damage on this side, so I'm not really worried about that side. So now I'm kind of announcing my marshal, but maybe I shouldn't have done that in hindsight, like especially here because I'm basically saying this in the marshal. Um, Maybe I shouldn't have done that in hindsight, but I thought that I could, whatever this piece was, I would be able to take. So, and I was able to take, and it was just a trade, but that's really good as well. The less pieces on the board, the better for me. It would just trade down to my captain advantage and also my minor advantage. So now I'm trying to trade my my marshals. I didn't want to move this captain because he just comes in and he traps it. I was hoping he wouldn't lotto, and thankfully he didn't. It would have been really annoying if he did. So now I'm trying to get my marshal back. So now I might have made a mistake here because I think he can come over and take, but I would be able to take one of these pieces. So maybe I shouldn't have done that in hindsight, but I thought I was maybe I'm pretty sure he was gonna lotto. So, but he decided not to trap it, so that's good for me. We move the general down, and then now we make sure our captain is safe. Now he comes out with this piece. So now we decide to scout this piece because I want to trade marshals, and if I can find out what this piece is, even if it's worth nothing, I can safely move my marshal in without any worries. Even though my column of spy is already this piece because it was next to the colonel earlier in the game. So now I'm gonna come in with my major. I'm gonna come in with this major. We trade, so it's a back row major. So now my idea is, I'm gonna take this sergeant with my major, and I'm only gonna build up on my advantage. But he trades this last major. I don't think this was a good idea. Um, I think just the major's gonna die no matter what. Because if you trade majors, I'm coming with my captain next and taking. So, but it was interesting that he had two back row majors like that together. So he comes in with this piece. It should be obvious that my flag probably isn't on the side. Um, and So I take the sergeant, and then he hits his minor here. I think what he should have done was probably lotto this piece. He's down a lot. He's down a captain, a sergeant, and a minor. And with so few pieces on the board, he's not getting it back, especially with zero info. So he probably should have lotto this lieutenant, come in with a minor, and then take these two. That's probably the better idea. But so he takes the lieutenant. He lottos the minor. Um, so now I'm just trying to trade pieces, and it's okay to announce that this is my spy because there's such few pieces on the board. I'm not worried about much. So now I just make trap as general on the side, and then he moves down with his marshal. Now the key part is to get my spy into position. So he lowers his sergeant. That's fine. We come down with our spy. We're not gonna take here because he's losing this piece no matter what. And then we just take the free spy. And then yeah, he lottos the bomb, and that's game. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll probably, if I win the next game for game 4, I'll also upload that as well. So I'll see you guys next time.